at fremontbank.com. Member FDIC.
Every search you make, every click you take, they'll be watching you.
Are you tired of being tracked online? There's a simple solution. DuckDuckGo. It's an all-in-one privacy app with a built-in private search engine, web browser, one-click data clearing, email protection, and more, all for free. Download the app today and get the most comprehensive privacy protection with the push of a button. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
Summer's in full. Most of it with backyard barbecues, pool parties, and s'mores by the fire pit? Or have you spent another season staring at the same crumbling patio or cracked driveway? You deserve better. The outdoor remodeling experts at System Pavers can help. Get the outdoor space you've always wanted. And for a limited time, System Pavers will demolish and remove your old hardscape for free. This unbeatable offer can save you hundreds or even thousands. Start by calling 800-PAVE-004 or visit SystemPavers.com. Plus, enjoy special financing to get the ball rolling today. With 30 years of experience and more than 75,000 projects completed, System Pavers delivers more than just beautiful outdoor remodels. You get peace of mind knowing the job's done right. Call System Pavers at 800-PAVE-004 today. That's 800-PAVE-004 or visit SystemPavers.com right now.
All orders must be placed by August 31st. Financing subject to credit approval. See website for full offer and demolition savings details. Contractor's license 661575.
I used to get frequent heartburn at night, so I made Prilosec OTC part of my morning routine.
With just one pill, Prilosec OTC prevents excess acid production, blocking heartburn all day and night. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
As Saturday night draws to a close, let's check traffic one more time. Frank Munich, bring us on home.
Well, we're going to bring you out to the South Bay once again, where we have yet another problem. This time it's in Campbell on the Hamilton Avenue off-ramp. From southbound 17, we have an accident blocking the slow lane of the Hamilton Avenue off-ramp. That off-ramp is not shut down. Traffic is getting past that crash, but that continues to be a bit of a problem in terms of slowing up the scene and some rapid mergers out of lanes. Again, that's on the Hamilton Avenue off-ramp from southbound 17. We're still looking at a crash on the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge. This is a crash blocking the third lane from the left on eastbound 580. We have to remember the two left lanes coned off there for road work. Your next update at 12:08 on the traffic leader KCBS.
Mostly cloudy at the coast tomorrow, highs mid-60s, sunny but not as hot inland, highs mid-80s to low 90s. It's almost Sunday, August 21st, 2022. Coming up on KCBS.
I'm Betsy Gephardt in San Francisco's Bayview District for back-to-school immunization.
And I'm Marty Schaefer. State health officials offer new condom and isolation guidance and a new name.
We've been calling it MPX or MPOX.
And drought hits areas in Texas and Oklahoma. They face flooding as heavy rains hit this weekend. I'm Peter Finch, CBS News.
When you need to know, KCBS AM, KFRC FM, and HD1, San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose, and on station.
Midnight. It's CBS News on the hour. Mutual Insurance.
I'm Tom Pody in Washington, and we begin with word that former President Trump's legal team plans to file a motion to have an independent reviewer appointed to evaluate those documents that were seized by the FBI in his estate in Florida. With more of what CBS News has learned about this, here's correspondent Natalie Brand.
An individual close to the former president tells CBS News that he and his lawyers want federal prosecutors to make sure a neutral person is involved in reviewing the documents, and they want a more detailed list of what was removed. Florida estate nearly 2 weeks ago, 11 sets of classified documents were seized, including some marked top secret.
Vance's ex-Vice President Mike Pence says he did not take any classified material when his term ran out. Turning now to the weather watch, focused mostly on parts of the Southwest, which are about to deal with a real good news, bad news situation. There's a lot of rain on the way in the face of a major drought, but it could be coming too quickly.
10.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
A major fast food chain is pulling an ingredient from its sandwiches. That chain is Wendy's, and the story is reported by our Wendy George.
Wendy's is pulling lettuce from sandwiches in restaurants in Michigan, Ohio, and Pennsylvania because of a possible E. coli outbreak. The CDC is trying to determine if romaine lettuce used at Wendy's made 37 people sick, and if it was sold or served elsewhere. A person also became ill in Indiana. The chain says lettuce used in its salads is different than what's used on sandwiches. The company says it's cooperating with the CDC. Wendy Gillette, CBS News.
Showbiz Society news. Celebrity couple Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck tying the knot again. The second time in just over a month in a lavish ceremony. Among the Hollywood types of attendance at the three-day affair, longtime Ben Affleck pal Matt Damon. Tom Pody, CBS News.
It's 12:05 at the Bay Area's news station, KCBS. Sunny, but not as hot inland for your Sunday, with highs there mid-80s to low 90s. Good morning, I'm Peter Finch. Here's what's happening. State health officials are offering more isolation guidance and are moving away from the name monkeypox. The state of California in the future will call it instead just Mpox. KCBS's Margie Schaefer reports California isolation guidance is more specific than the federal CDC guidance.
California home isolation rules for Mpox align with the CDC, but State Public Health Officer and Director of the California Department of Public Health, Tomas Aragon, said state rules are more specific.
If they can cover up the lesions completely, the lesions have stopped increasing for 48 hours, they don't have a fever, they're feeling well, and they completely covered up, then they can resume normal activity.
State guidance also recommends wearing condoms during sex for 12 weeks after infection, and a change in language from state health leaders.
We're trying to avoid using the term monkeypox, and so we've been calling it SPX or Mpox.
WHO says variants of the virus, formerly known as the Congo Basin and West African strains, have officially been renamed to avoid further stigma of the disease. Strains will now be known as Clade 1 and Clade 2, respectively. Margie Schaefer, KCBS.
An important reminder for school kids in San Francisco's Bayview District. KCBS reporter Betsy Gebhardt says it's time to get immunized.
There's a long line of school kids and their families at the Southeast Family Health Center in San Francisco's Bayview District. The center is offering all required back-to-school vaccinations. One parent, Rodney, was impressed by how organized everything was for his 16-year-old son and twin 13-year-old daughters.
For it to happen just this quick and this fast, and how they got it organized like it is, beautiful.
How long did it take you?
15 minutes, in and out.
School started last Wednesday, but officials say many families were not alerted about required vaccinations. The clinics will run this weekend and next weekend. The COVID vaccine is not one of the mandated shots required for SFUSD. Betsy Gebhardt, KCBS.
Good news for those who live or work in San Mateo County, as it has moved to the low or green COVID-19 community level. That means case rates and hospitalizations in the county continue to fall. The move to the lower tier, which was made Thursday by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, does not mean the end of the pandemic for San Mateo County. Overall, according to county health officials, COVID-19 cases fueled by the Omicron variant remain high compared with previous periods, and local health officials continue to recommend caution. In the Bay Area, Marin, Sonoma, San Francisco, Alameda, and now San Mateo County are all in the low or green community level. Just ahead on KCBS, the sting of inflation is rising faster in some communities than others. Right now, let's get our first official traffic report of Sunday morning from Frank Munich.
And we can officially tell you that we still have a problem in Campbell on the Hamilton Avenue off-ramp from southbound 17. That's a two-car crash which continues to block the far right lane of that off-ramp, and blocking the third lane from the left, the far right lane of eastbound 580, right around mid-span on the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge is in fact being cleared to the lanes that are already coned off for road work. And speaking of that, we do have the two left lanes coned off for road work eastbound on the bridge from San Quentin, pretty much all the way across the bridge to the opposite side of the toll plaza in Richmond. Your next update at 12:18 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
You can expect mostly cloudy skies overnight at the coast with a little bit of fog, partly cloudy along the bay, clear skies inland. Those ranging from the mid-50s to the low 60s. It's not going to clear up a whole lot at the coast tomorrow. It will become sunny along the bay, and it will be sunny all day inland, but not as hot. Highs tomorrow, well, now today, highs later today, mid-60s at the coast, 70s to low 80s along the bay, mid-80s to low 90s inland. Traffic and weather together on the 8th on All News 106.9 AM 740 KCBS. KCBS News Time is 12:10. The tide of inflation is rising faster in some communities. KCBS's Chris Carlo reports a new poll is exposing the racial divide as prices go up.
The poll was an excellent snapshot of what we're seeing in America today.
Gary Cunningham is the president and CEO of Prosperity Now. The poll was conducted by the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, which shows 44% of white households are experiencing serious financial problems because of inflation, but that's